The couples on 90 Day Fiance go through a lot just to see if they are the perfect match or not. The show is about an American who falls in love with a foreigner and they move to the US on a K-1 visa, and the couple then has 90 days to decide if they want to get married or not. In today's video, we are going to show you couples who were never in love, so make sure you stay tuned. Ashley and Jay Smith first met and instantly fell in love while Ashley was in Jamaica for a friend's wedding. They stayed in touch after Ashley left Jamaica, and when she came back to Jamaica 6 months later, Jay popped the question. Despite having some doubts and all their friends warning her about Jay, Ashley eventually married Jay in Las Vegas in April 2018. However, just 3 days later, Ashley caught her brand new husband using a dating app, and there was generally a lot of drama in their marriage, even by the reality show standards. Although Jay reportedly cheated on Ashley at least twice, she decided to stay with them, saying that even though calling it quits might be the smarter thing to do, if someone cheats on you, you don't just automatically fall out of love with them. She eventually filed for divorce in January 2019, but then changed her mind again a couple of weeks later. Since then, nothing got any better between her and Jay. However, she filed for divorce again in April, as E! News confirmed through a Pennsylvania court. Darcy and Jesse appeared on the first 2 seasons of the 90 Day Fiance spinoff before the 90 days, but unfortunately they never even made it to the 90 days. They weren't exactly popular with viewers because they didn't really bring out the best in each other, constantly fighting even with Darcy's kids around. It seemed like Darcy was genuinely looking for love, while Jesse was a control freak who loved his stuff in his body more than his bride-to-be and was overly dramatic, constantly blowing things out of proportion and blaming all their problems on her. Ultimately, they both had their issues, then it turned out that their 20-year age gap was the least of their problems.
I really love her with all my heart, and that's why this hurts so much.
I'm not a deceptive person, I'm not a liar, and I'm not manipulative, okay?
I'm not gonna argue with you.
If you meet someone online, you can never be sure that they're who they say they are until you meet them in person. And a lot of the time, it all ends up with at least one partner being disappointed. Like so many 90 Day Fiance couples, Sean and Abby met on an online dating site and eventually started dating despite an age difference of 20 years. When Sean flew to Haiti to meet Abby in person, drama was inevitable as Abby was still close friends with her ex-boyfriend Chris. He seemed to be the subject of most of their arguments, and when Sean finally met Chris, it ended in a huge blowout fight. After Sean returned to the US, he and Abby continued dating for a while and even got engaged despite all their issues. However, the relationship didn't last very long, and by the end of the season 1 reunion, they had broken up, both venting on social media before eventually removing their posts again. Following their breakup, Abby is reported to be dating someone else who appears to be from the US as well, but it's a little closer to her age. There have been numerous couples with fairly big age gaps, but Mark and Nikki certainly take the cake. 50-year-old Mark and 19-year-old Nikki had met on an online dating site, and not long after that, they started talking and she moved from the Philippines to the US to live with Mark and eventually marry him. But if you think the age gap was their biggest problem, you are mistaken. The real threat to their happily ever after was Mark, because he was not only controlling and made Nikki sign a very one-sided prenuptial agreement, but also bought her the same car he had bought his first wife and wanted her to wear his daughter's old clothes, which his daughter thought was pretty weird too.
You're weird.
I know.
You're always weird.
I'm
baby.
always weird.
That's why I love you so much.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome for that.
Just like most viewers, Mark's friends and family were pretty shocked to hear that he wanted to marry a woman 39 years younger, who is actually still a teenager and also younger than all 4 of Mark's children, although they haven't appeared on any 90 Day Fiance spin-offs thanks to a lawsuit filed against TLC. The couple are apparently still married, but keeping a low profile and are not on social media. That's all we have for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel.